Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon the series Gold and Silver episode talking. Man, this episode has kind of strengthened my love for Scizor. I love Scizor as a Pokemon. It is one of the top Johto Pokemon for me. Like, easily top 5 Johto Pokemon. In that listing, there is Scizor. Absolutely love the thing, but the thing that I've always disliked about Scizor is its speed stat. Because while Scyther has about like 105 base speed, Scizor decided to drop it by 40 points to 65 and give those 40 points to attack and defense, and in my opinion, Scizor should have just been 40 points stronger than Scyther and have had that plus the speed as well. God, I hate that they dropped his speed, because in the anime, Scizor is always so fast. But yes, indeed, we got a Scizor episode, boys. And also, this is the first video of this series where we are gonna go through Leaf Green. We got a couple of hours of, like, I think it actually was Leaf Green, but anyway, we got a couple of hours of Sevi Island content, and then we'll get into Johto, so don't worry about that, but I just wanted to make a mention of that anyway. Let's get into the episode. So we start off this episode with the gang going through a forest, and Team Rocket want to dig a hole. However, then a guy named Muramasa wants to battle Team Rocket, so Team Rocket instantly loses to Scizor, and then afterwards the Scizor heads over to the gang, and Brock tells Ash to watch out because Scizor is waiting. Look at the pose, he's waiting for the first move, and if you make the wrong first move, it could cost you. However, then Muramasa appears and is like, that's my Scizor, and then Misty's like, why would you let your Scizor out like this? Don't you know how dangerous that is? However, Muramasa is looking for a special type of trainer, and he thinks Ash is that special type of trainer. So we go to his elite training center, and also apparently back in the day, his Scizor was called the Crimson Streak. But there we meet Shingo, and Muramasa wants Ash to battle Shingo because Shingo only really uses his laptop, and he hasn't really been battling all that often because of the fact that like the instant that he learns about Ash, he looks up Ash, is like, oh yeah, I'll beat you in a battle. The data says it, and Ash is like, I don't care, I'll still beat you. Meanwhile, Team Rocket want to download that data because of the fact that, well, that's some good data to have. Also, according to the data, Ash is rash, and he uses basic tactics, which I'll agree with 50% of that. He's rash, he's impulsive. I wouldn't really call him basic necessarily, but yeah. I mean, to be honest, the basic choice would not be to choose a Charizard in the Indigo League. Sorry, still traumatized about that one. But Ash is not gonna give up. He will have that battle no matter what. So then he starts to annoy Shingo into battling. Meanwhile, Team Rocket sneak into the building with or Meowth sneaks into the building with a cord in order to be able to download the data. So Meowth attaches the cord into the laptop while Ash is distracting Shingo because Ash still wants to battle. And then Meowth is like, hey, good to go. And then Jessie just pulls on that cord to pull the laptop towards her, and it's like, I feel like that the cord would unplug if you do that. I'm just saying that would instantly unplug, just saying. But anyway, Meowth has a little bit of a problem with this. He jumps up in order to grab the laptop and gets dragged, but then Muramasa Scizor just cuts the cord, and then we go outside and we see that the bad guys are indeed Team Rocket. So then apparently on his laptop he has absolutely no data on Team Rocket, at which point Team Rocket then start insulting his data, and then he has enough, so he sends in his own Scizor nicknamed Blade, and also uses his laptop during the battle in order to beat up Team Rocket, and Team Rocket get blasted off. You know, the classic line. So after that, Ash still wants to have that battle, and Shingo finally accepts. So Shingo sits down, opens up his laptop, turns around the camera. Battle time. So we have Blade versus Heracross. God, my two choices. Ah, why do you do this to me? It pains me so much because I love both of these Pokemon. So Blade starts off with a quick attack, and Ash tries to use Leer, but Heracross just cannot seem to hit the Leer because of how fast Blade is. So he gets hit by that one. Then afterwards he gets grabbed by Metal Claw, and that is not really what Metal Claw is supposed to do, I don't think, because Scizor holds on to Heracross and like shoots shockwaves towards Heracross with like Metal Claw. It's like Metal Claw is just kind of like a punch in that sense, or more like a claw, but still, you get what I mean. But anyway, afterwards he's then like throw Heracross, but Heracross, when Scizor lets go, holds on in order to get himself back onto his feet, which he wasn't expecting. So now he's like, alright, now what do I need to do? But then a Horn Attack also barely hits Scizor. So it's like, oh no, agility, that's the next move. We should do agility. So then Heracross has a little bit of a problem. Also, Heracross before used takedown, which was dodged by agility. But anyway, Heracross has a problem to know which one to hit. Like, he's so fast, it's kind of like using double team in that sense. So Ash is like, Heracross, calm down, just wait. So Heracross stands still and closes his eyes in order to focus And at this point, Shingo is like, what is he doing? The data doesn't work. What is he doing? And he learns finally that you can't look at the laptop screen and the battle at the same time. So then Heracross finally finds Scizor and hits it with a Fury attack. At which point Shingo then drops the laptop and we get some clashes between Heracross and Scizor as well. And there's one line that really kind of, it kind of annoyed me a little bit because Shingo is like, finish it with False Swipe. Are you an idiot? False Swipe can't finish. That is the one thing. False Swipe is like a woman. Can't finish, no matter what. False Swipe always leaves a Pokemon with 1 HP. What are you even talking about? Also, just a little bit of a thing. During the Who's That Pokemon segment, Cyndaquil only has 1 arm. I don't know how they ruined that one, but Cyndaquil only has 1 arm. Which I do like how a lot of these episodes have like the Who's That Pokemon be the focus of the next episode. Also, we get a nice reference to Madame Breast herself, Prima, or Lorelei. When Heracross is trying to calm down, it's like, that is what Prima said, or Lorelei. That's what Lorelei said, which I like that reference. And also in this episode, they referred to Lorelei as an Elite Four member. Still don't understand why they didn't just call her Lorelei, but whatever. But it was a nice reference. But anyway, afterwards, Heracross finishes off Scizor with a Horn attack and wins the battle. And that's it. So now Shingo has finally learned that maybe the laptop is something you gotta put away sometimes. And overall, I thought this episode was fantastic. You're dealing with like 2 of my favorite bug-type Pokemon, okay? I love this episode. I really liked Shingo as well as a character. I thought he was great. The fact that he's focused on the data and that Ash shows him that, dude, you can't be a 2-player at once. You gotta be locked in battle, okay? You can't just look at that laptop and let the laptop battle for you, okay? You can't do that. So I thought this was a great episode. However, I'm still kind of in a bit of a problematic state because who do I use? I want to use Scizor on my team and I want to use Heracross on my team, but they can't both be on my Johto team. Because they have bug overlap. And also, I need a Pokemon before the first gym because I'm starting with Chikorita. I don't care. You know what? I see everywhere online hatred for Chikorita, but that only strengthens my resolve to use Chikorita on my team. So really, the only other Pokemon that I can have then on my team with the Scizor team would be either I have a Zubat or a Geodude. Yeah, but Scizor is just so awesome. Scizor also only has 1 weakness for anyone who doesn't know. It's a 4x weakness, so it'll die instantly. But it's nice that Scizor only has 1 weakness, one of the few Pokemon that does. But anyway, so let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section down below. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, if not already, turn on notifications. Don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next time when we're hunting Quill. Bye!